题我们接了一个新的 chapter 是 electronics，OK？By the way， 我已经上那个7.1给你们了，所以呢，你们去看那个 recording video 啊。7.2、7.3，我应该是这个星期我会上给你们 ，OK？ 可是比起 chapter 7呢，这一个 chapter 会比较重要一点，因为去年2021年它出蛮多 question 在这一边的，尤其是 transistor。OK， 还有可能 diodes 也是蛮 important 一下 ，OK， 所以呢，这个 chapter 我们整个有3个小 topic 的嘛 ，OK， 我们会学会什么是 electrons，OK， 然后我们会学会什么是 semiconductor diode， 还有就是最后一个就是 transistor，so 我们先会学 electrons，OK，so 在这边我们会学一个 process 叫做 thermionic emission。OK，thermionic，OK， the word thermion，OK，anything that is thermion which means that is involving heat，OK，emission 就是说它是 release out 什么 electrons， 所以呢，当一个 cathode，OK，which is made out of metal is heated until it becomes hot and glowing，OK，the millimeter reading will show reading， 为什么呢？ Because there is a flowing of electrons。Okay, from cathode to anode. Okay, so thermionic emission is the process in which electrons are emitted from the surface of a hot metal. 就是说你 heat up the metal, okay, until a certain temperature, when 它 gain enough kinetic energy, 它就 able to release out from the escape from the surface of the hot metal. So 这个 process 我们叫做 thermionic emission. Okay.So 就是这样子 ，electrons then thermal energy， 它 heat up 这个 metal， 它就会release out the electrons。OK，so 就是这样啦。OK，so 如果你要 increase the rate of thermionic emission，which means that 你要更加多的 electrons to be released at a short period of time. So these are the ways. OK，so your surface area of the metal increases， 就是说 initially 你是烧这样的surface 吧，然后如果你烧这样大的一个 surface 的话，它会更加多的 heat energy，OK，being absorbed，OK，from the metal, then more electrons will have enough kinetic energy to escape from the surface of the metal，OK，then the temperature of the metal increases， 就像我这样讲哦，因为 temperature increase，what happen？ Average kinetic energy of the electrons also increase. So more and more electrons will gain enough kinetic energy to escape from the metal. OK， 还有就是，如果你的这一个 metal is coated with tungsten, barium oxide or strontium oxide， 它会 help you to reduce the kinetic energy needed to escape from the electron. So 呢，可能 initially 如果 normal metal， 它 maybe 它需要500 joule of kinetic energy， 它才可以 release out from the surface of the metal through thermionic emission. However， 如果你 coated with 这些 oxide 的话呢，它可以 reduce 它 maybe 变成300 joule， 它只需要300 joule of heat energy， 它就可以 release out from the electrons already. 所以就更加这个 rate of thermionic emission 就会更加快了咯。OK。So 这个是一个 video 跟你讲 what is thermionic
emission。Thermionic emission involves the release of electrons from the surface of a heated metal. The diagram shows the surface of a metal containing a large number of electrons, which are free to move. The electrons cannot escape, as they do not have enough kinetic energy to break free. When the temperature of a metal is raised, electrons which obtain enough energy will escape from the surface of the metal. Thermionic emission is the release of electrons from a heated metal. The rate of thermionic emission can be increased by increasing the surface area of the metal, raising the temperature of the metal, and coating the middle cathode with oxides of alkali earth metals. When the surface area increases, the rate of thermionic emission increase. A larger surface area allows more electrons to be emitted. When the temperature increases, the rate of thermionic emission also increases. This is because more electrons will gain enough energy to break free from the electrons. The rate of thermionic emission increases by coating the middle with metal oxide. Metal oxide will decrease
如
the
果你去看
thermal
很多
energy
包啊，
level
它
and
会有
release
这样的那个
electrons at lower
area 出来的
temperature.
，OK，会有这样 pattern 的啊
Thank you for taking time to watch this.
，OK。So thermionic emission in short is what? Emission of electron from hot metal surface. OK， 啊 ，OK。So then 我们就会学的 cathode rays in a vacuum tube。OK， 其实 cathode rays 呢，就是意思就是 electron 是一粒，当很多粒 electrons flow in one line 的时候，a beam of electrons 的时候，我们不叫它 electrons 而已，我们叫它叫 cathode rays。OK， 这个就是大多数你还给，如果你去医院，你会看到那个心跳度，这样子，那个其实就是 cathode ray 来的。还有 even 你的 handphone， 你的 computer show 的 screen 出来，都是需要 cathode ray， 它才可以 convert from the kinetic energy to light energy， 这样你才可以看到那些画面出来。OK，so 在这个 cathode rays 里面，我们会in a vacuum tube，OK， 这个叫做 vacuum tube 啦。OK， 其实有时候我们叫做它叫做cathode ray tube 这样子的，没有错吧 ？OK， 所以我们要分成3个部分。OK， 3个部分。OK，so 这个是第一个部分，它有这个 filament tungsten。OK， 这 filament tungsten 它会 connected with 这个6 volt 的 power supply。OK，then 我们这边有 cathode 跟 anode， 你知道 cathode 跟 anode 是什么啊 ？cathode 是啥？对，是 cathode 哦。cathode 不是 negative 吗 ？negative，anode 是 positive。OK，then 这个里面一定是 vacuum。OK， 等下我会解释为什么它是 vacuum， 而且这个 cathode 跟 anode 就会 connected to another EHD power supply。还记得 what is EHD 吗 ？Extra high T
temperature
啊 tension extra high tension。这个 chapter 3有学到了的朋友。OK， 来，我们就来看一个一个 part 1、part 2、part 3发生什么事情啊 ？OK， 来 ，so 在 part 1呢 ，OK， 你看 part 1啊 ，so 这个 metal wire such as tungsten，OK，has many free electrons， 就是它是一个 metal 来的，它是啥事呢？可以吗？
看不到，他们看不到 slide。
看不到3分几，等下我可以
这样子
像那个 slide 给他们的 ，OK 可以 ，OK，so 这一个 tungsten 就是像是一个 metal 来的，它里面很多 electrons。当它 undergo thermionic emission 的时候 ，electron 就会 being escape from the hot metal。所以呢，在这一个 tungsten filament 呢，它就会 connected with 这个6 volt power supply。So what happen？ 当你有 electrical energy 的时候 ，it will be heat up the filament。So heat up the filament, the temperature of the tungsten filament will rise. So what happens is the free electron in the tungsten filament will gain enough kinetic energy, okay, to leave the metal surface. And the process 就是 what we call as thermionic emission. OK， 所以这一边是发生这 thermionic emission。OK 啊 ，OK， 第二个发生什么事情呢？OK， 在这个里面一定是 vacuum。OK， 为什么是 vacuum？ 我们不要有 other air molecules。OK，to hit with the electrons, the electron that has been released to the cathode here. OK，so then 因为它没有 air molecules that is able to hit with the electrons， 所以这 electrons will be accelerate towards the anode。OK，at high velocity。就是说它会过去 ，OK，instead of 因为有 air molecules 嘛，如果有 air molecules 它就会 heat up， 然后再才好像过去这样子，就会 slow it down，OK， 所以呢 ，electrons move with a maximum velocity from where? From cathode to anode。 ，OK， from cathode to anode 啊。OK， 在第三呢，这个 cathode and anode 我们看到它是 is connected to EHD power supply， 就是 extra high tension。为什么呢？因为它要 make sure that all the electrons okay, that is released to the cathode has been transferred fully in the anode with the maximum velocity. OK， 因为当它 flow， 它 travel 过去了，它才有 OK。当全部的 electrons flow in at the same speed, at the high speed, in the same position 的时候 ，OK， 它就会 form a beam。这 beam 就是 what we call as the cathode ray. Okay, so the electron beam will complete the power circuit and the milliammeter will show reading. That's why 当你这个 on 的时候，它 electrons flow 这边这样过去。Okay, so 这边就 it will be forming a complete circuit. I mean sorry， 对 ，forming a complete circuit 在这边。所以呢，你的 milliammeter 才会 show reading. Okay, so if the connection of the EHD power supply is reversed, milliammeter will not show any reading. 为什么？没有 clear， 因为 negative 一定要 connected to the what？ To the cathode. Then positive 一定要 connected to the anode. 如果你把这两个倒反的话，它就没有 supplying the electrical， 就 don't supply the power to this anode and cathode and anode ready 嘛 ？That's why 它就 it will not show any reading. Okay, electrons 就不会 flow at the maximum velocity reading. Okay 啊，所以这个就是整个 what we call as the cathode ray. Okay， 我给你看这个 cathode ray。Okay， 在这边我要你们 focus on 找出它的 characteristics of the cathode ray 啊。
moving in a straight line. The diagram shows the basic structure of a cathode ray tube.
Cathode ray
tube is a highly evacuated vacuum tube consisting of
记得这边一定要是 vacuum， 里面一定是要 vacuum。
The electron gun is made up of a cathode and anode, arranged linearly in a vacuum tube. The cathode is heated by the filament to emit electrons. A high voltage is applied across the anode and cathode, so that the electrons are accelerated to a high velocity towards the
Okay,
anode.
so your EHD 它就 accelerate at the maximum velocity.
After
Okay.
passing through a fine hole in the anode cylinder. This narrow beam of electrons is called the cathode rays.
So narrow beam of
Cathode
electrons
rays then
就是
strike
cathode
the
ray.
fluorescent screen to produce a bright spot by converting their kinetic energy
为
into
什么
light
你看到
energy.
的是青青的？因为呢，它那个 screen 是
Cathode rays
filled up with fluorescent。当有 light 的时候，它就会 glow， 所以就会有这个青
They
青。
travel in a straight line in vacuum. Cathode ray causes zinc sulfide to fluoresce since they have high kinetic energy. They are deflected by the
这边开始
electric
看它的
field
properties 啊，还有还是
because they are
characteristics 啊。
negatively charged particles. If a magnet is placed near the instrumented diagram, the shadow of the fluorescent will move. Cathode ray is negatively charged because they are produced by negative electron. They also cause ionization while passing through air or gases. When they bombard on a metallic target such as tungsten, X-rays are produced.
对，所以 X-ray 也是其中一
Devices
个
based on
cathode
this
ray 的
principle of
uses。
operation of cathode ray include television picture tubes,
Channel,
computer monitors,
computer.
cathode ray oscilloscopes, radar screens,
radar screen
X-ray
也是有。
tubes. Thank you for taking time to watch this.
OK， 来，好的，我就要问，在这个 video 里面，你们有看到 what is the properties or characteristics of the cathode ray？ 哦，它 move in a， 它就是它像 light 这样子的 ，is able to move in a straight line 的，然后它 is be able to be deflected by and also， 其实 OK， 因为给告诉我它是什么 charge？ Negative， 为什么？因为它是 electrons and is produced by cathode。OK，then 还有一样就是 is the， 因为它是 negative charge， 所以 it can be able to be deflected by the electric field。OK， so 这个就是它的 properties 哦。 consists of energetic and fast-moving electron moving in a straight line in the vacuum. So possess momentum and kinetic energy， 就是说它拥有 momentum and kinetic energy， 就是说它是 fast-moving。And when it hits the fluorescent screen, it will be able to convert the kinetic energy to light energy. Okay, and it's able to be deflected by magnetic field and deflected towards the positively charged plate. 为什么？因为它本身自己是 negative charge. Okay, good. So 我现在就要给你看一个一个的OK， 我们要看 the effect of electric field on the cathode rays. Okay, based on two things. Okay, electric field 跟 magnetic field， 一个是用 deflection tube， 一个是用 Maltese cross tube。可是其实两个都是用一样的 apparatus 来的，只是你看中间这边，一个是用 deflection plate， 一个是用 Maltese cross tube。OK， 这 Maltese cross tube 呢，通常 OK， 如果我们turn on 这个 filament 的时候，它就会有 light。OK， 有 light。可是当我们turn on 这一个的时候，你就会发现到 ，OK， 有 light 了吗？ light 发射，你看啊，这样子会有 shadow 的嘛，对不对？所以一样的东西，当它 light 发射出这个 Maltese cross， it will show a shadow， 所以这个 shadow 就在这里。OK， 所以当你 switch on 这一个 power supply 的时候，又有不一样的事情会发生。OK， 所以我们现在一个一个看啊。OK， 所以这个就是 deflection of the OK，so 这个是我们为什么要用这个 deflection tube 呢？我们要看 the effect of electric field. So 这个 deflection tube is connected to positive and negative. 所以如果说我有那个 cathode ray 过来，你觉得它会 deflect 上去还是 deflect 下来？上还是下？这样上去还是这样下来？来上，为什么呢？因为 the cathode ray itself is what? Negative charge. So light charges will repel, and light charges it will attract. That's why 它会 move 上去。所以我需要来给你看一个 video。
This experiment shows the effects of electron reduction electric field.
这个就是我们 what we call as 这个其实这个 itself 就是一个 cathode ray tube already。OK， 里面这一个是 vacuum 来的。OK， 所以我们有 cathode anode 在这边哦。OK， 所以这个就是 diffraction plate。OK， 那你看 initially 这个就是我们的 cathode rays。OK。So 它 is not deflected， 因为这个两个 is not connected to power supply yet。那有没有发现到它慢慢移上去了 ？OK， so 如果你看这边呢，你告诉我哪一个？你觉得上面是 positive 还是下面是 positive？ 上面是 positive， 因为它 deflected towards up。
The electric field lines are pointing from top to bottom. Electrons experience a force upwards.
OK，
Reverse the
所以如果你看我们倒反的话，
and the electron beam will
它会移下去，因为现在下面已经是 positive。Yeah. So it shows that cathode rays are negatively charged. OK。So 这边呢，如果说 S1 S2 不要听这个。OK， so 现在我们就要看 the effect of magnetic field on the cathode rays。So 这个我们是 based on Maltese cross tube。OK。Initially 我刚才有讲了吗？它如果是 connected to 这一个，它 switch on 这个 OK， 只是这一个罢了的话啦 OK， 它就会只有那个 light produce。OK。However， 如果 cathode rays OK， 如果它 connected 为这个 6 voltage 的时候 OK， 这 initially 这个 initially 是 connected to 这个 cathode， 这个 what they call cathode 就是那个当色filament 的。 可是当它 connected to cathode and anode 的时候，你的 electrons will be fast moving from cathode to anode, produces a cathode ray. So 当它 produces cathode ray，它 hit 这个 fluorescent screen 的时候，它就会 produce the fluorescent effect，所以你就会看到青色。那这边是没有 power supply， 所以它就会 produce 黄色的。OK，then 当你放一个 what do you call magnet across it， 你会发现到这一个 cross 会移动 according to the magnet。Okay，so 要怎样 identify the deflection of the cathode ray by the magnetic field? By Fleming's left-hand rule。OK， 你要 imagine， 因为这个是有 current in the magnetic field，then 这个是有 magnet， 所以呢，它的 cross 是在 moving 需要什么？需要 force。所以呢 ，magnet plus current to produce force 就是 force in the current carrying conductor。所以我们就要用 Fleming's left-hand rule 来 identify。OK， 所以要怎样 identify 呢？OK， 我们知道 electron 是 move 出来。So how about current? Current 是会 move in the opposite direction with the electrons， 对吗？对吗？在 chemistry 应该有学到的。So 如果你的 electron 是这样出来，你 current 就是 in the opposite direction 进去。所以你看这边，这个是这样进去。So north， 它这边是 north 嘛 ？So which means that 另外一边是 south， 所以 north to south。所以你看这个 cross 它就会 move 下来，对吗？对啊。对。所以我来给你看一个 video， 这是说你的 magnetic field。OK，the effect of the magnetic field on the cathode rays。
Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Bernardo in the Physics Department of the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey.
你看，这个也是 cathode ray 对吧？
When a charged particle moves through a magnetic field, the force on the particle can occur. This is the fundamental magnetic force. In this video, we'll present a demonstration of the effect. In other videos, we'll use the concept of the magnetic force to explain other demonstrations, including a jumping wire and a loudspeaker. This is a cathode ray tube, which produces a beam of electrons. The beam is
所以
visible.
这个就是其实就是 cathode ray 的原理。
The electrons here are moving so fast, gravity is negative. Watch what happens when I bring a magnet near the beam. The beam deflects,
你看，
which shows that there's a
有吗？有移下去吗？
transverse
啊。
force due to the magnet.
如果你放那个你放 cross 啦，然后 this cross 在中间的话，你就会发现到那个影子是在移动着。OK？
The beam is horizontal outward. When the magnetic field points to the right, the beam bends downward. When we switch the magnetic field, switch the direction of the magnetic field, the beam bends upward. When the magnetic field is pointing straight down, the beam bends to the right. But it has
OK， 所以这一个为什么会下来？因为你刚才看到它有 north pole 在上面，所以呢 ，electron 是这样子出，所以 current 就会来进去 ，current 进去 north to south。OK，sorry，I'm not to south， 所以呢它就会移去左边。OK， 移去左边，有看到吗？呀，哎。
where the magnetic field points to the right. The velocity is this way, the magnetic field is this way. The force should be up.
那这个是用 right hand rule， 我们就用 Fleming's left-hand
And
rule
you
就
see
可以了。
the force is not up, it's down. So what's wrong? Electrons have negative charge, which flips the direction of the
那
force.
个正经，
So the magnet
你跟着我的就可以。OK，so 这边呢，我们就学一个比较贴切，因为可以比较 accurate，I mean 用比较多 cathode ray 的，就是我们的 what we call as cathode ray oscilloscope (CRO)。I think 这个你们风吹的时候应该有学过一点点的，是吧？哦，有啊，我知道了。So 这个就是 cathode ray。OK， 你看到很多方针在这里， 可是其实最重要的 button 就是要 X input 跟 Y input。OK，X input 跟 Y input 它的 difference 是什么？OK， 你要知道这个其实它可以当成是一个 graph 这样子，所以你的 horizontal 应该是什么？你觉得 X 还是 Y？X 就像你的 graph 这样子，你的 graph 这边是 X axis， 这一边是 Y axis， 一样的道理。Cathode ray horizontal 就是 X input，then vertical 就是 connected to Y input。OK， 所以 X input 跟 Y input 不一样的地方就是呢，我要写东西。等一下，给我看一下我的本啊，我看到有本。OK，X 跟 Y input。OK， Y 因为它是上的，所以 actually 它是会跟你讲的 voltage produce。OK， by the cathode ray。OK，then X 呢是要拿来跟你讲的 time based 的。OK，time based 啊。OK， 这两个不一样啊。OK，so 这样扩散子过去，你就会知道它用多长的时间 to produce a complete oscillation。Then 这样上去呢，是让你知道说它用多少的 voltage。OK， 因为为什么我们要知道 time base？ 因为你要知道，好像我们把这个 connected to 那个心脏的时候，外本你的心脏有时如果你心脏跳得慢的话，它就会丢。如果你心脏跳得快，它就这样子。所以你用这个，你就可以知道说你到底心脏跳得快还是慢。based on 它的那个 time base X input 跟 Y input。So 这整个 is what is inside the cathode ray oscilloscope， 其实是有点像我们的 cathode ray tube。OK， 只是它有加了一点那个，它有加两种不一样的 cathode。OK， 有 focusing anode 跟 accelerating anode。OK， 然后我们有 Y plate、X plate， 还有就是这一边 fluorescent screen。OK，so 有分成三个部分，一个就是 electron gun， 第二个是 diffraction system， 你看有 Y plate 跟 X plate。Y plate 你看它是在这边，所以呢它 affect 的那个 electron beam moving up or down。Then X 呢就是 left and right。OK，and 最后一个板就是我们的 fluorescent screen to show the pattern of the cathode rays。OK， 这个只是一个 overview of what is cathode ray oscilloscope 啦，因为 I think 你们在
Some
很多
modifications
空的时候
are
有
made
学
to the
过。
cathode ray tube to invent the cathode ray oscilloscope (CRO). The cathode ray oscilloscope is built up of three main parts. The first part, which looks like a cathode ray tube with a few changes, is named the electron gun. This part produces electrons by the power of thermodynamic emission. The second part is the deflection system, and it causes the deviation of the electrons from its normal straight line pathway according to the voltage applied to the plates. It consists of the Y plates. They are responsible for deflecting the beam of electrons vertically up and down. The other two plates are named the X plates, and they are responsible for deflecting the beam horizontally left and right across the screen. The voltage of the X plate is controlled by a button on the interface. This button is referred to as the time base. The third main part of the oscilloscope is the fluorescent screen. This screen is plated from inside with a layer of a substance that is sensitive to electrons. It gives a bright spot on the position where the beam of electrons falls on the screen. In this part, we will learn how to draw a little diagram of the CRO. First, you must draw this shape that will indicate the vacuum tube that it...
Okay, so what is the uses of the CRO? To measure the potential difference, to measure the short time interval, and to display the waveform. 因为有时候如果我们把它 connect to 我们的 power supply， 我们可以知道 either 它是一个 DC power supply 还是一个 AC power supply。DC 的怎样的？直线还是这样子？直线。Hello， 看多了，我叫你们超过了的，有吗？直线。Then AC 呢？这样子的 ，OK， So， 不用紧，这个没有关系。OK，So， 你看啊，这个 time base， 如果 time base 需要你turn on 的话，它就会这样子。OK，before that， 当你如果你要怎样 identify 它的那个 voltage 呢？它一定会跟你讲多少个 per division 的。division 的意思就是说一个小格是代表多少。如果说它讲一个 division 是 equals to 1 volt 的话，它要叫你找 big voltage。The highest point is your peak voltage. Okay? Or another word is the amplitude, right? So, 你看有几个格？1、2、3、4。So your peak voltage it will be 4 times 1. So it is 4 volt. Okay? 这个就是 how you can determine the potential difference based on the CRO. Okay? Then 如果是 time based 的话呢？OK， 看来 time base 它通常会给你这样子 ，then 它会跟你讲说，也是它会也会跟你讲 ，OK， 一个 division 是 maybe 1.5 second，OK， per division。So 它要叫你找 what is the frequency， 来，你告诉我 what is frequency。OK， 我知道这个啦，可是 what is frequency？ 来 ，OK，frequency is the number of complete oscillation in 1 second. How about period? Time taken for 1 complete oscillation. OK， 如果说我叫你找 based on 这一点呢，我叫你找一个 complete oscillation 是从哪里到哪里？从 A， 这个不是 screen 哦，从 A 到 B 是一个 complete oscillation， 还是 A 到 C 是一个 complete oscillation？A 到 B， 因为这样子就算是一个 complete oscillation。所以 complete oscillation 就是它的 period。The period for this wave。What is it？ 多少个格？1、2、3、4，所以你就4乘以 1.5等于6 second。所以呢，它需要6 second to complete 1 oscillation。但如果这里找 frequency 的话，你就是1除以6，这样你就找到它的 frequency 了。所以你看，用 CRO 你就可以知道这些东西了。OK， 可以啊。OK， 那这样我给你这个 example。If the control on the CRO is at 0.5 volt per division and 2 millisecond per division, so find the peak voltage and the frequency of the input signal. 所以如果 peak voltage 是多少？为什么是2？对，因为你看 peak voltage 这边是占据了多少个格？1、2、3、4，4个格，所以一个 division 是0.5，所以4乘0.5就是等于2 volt。Then how about the frequency? So 你告诉我，这个一个 period 多少？5，所以5乘2多少？你的头5乘2 millisecond， 所以是多少？5乘2，对 milli stands for how much? Times 10 to the power of -3. Hello， 我跟你讲啊 ，prefixes 很重要的啊 ，OK， 不要忽略它 ，OK， 所以呢，你这边就是，对啊，你看一个 complete cycle 是多少？1、2、3、4，5个嘛，对不对？所以5乘2 to the power of -3 是0.01，对吗？所以你只是说在0.101吗？没有，所以你要怎样？对，1 除以0.01，答案就是100。它的 frequency 是100 Hz，OK？、所以 which means 在1个 second 里面，它可以有100个 complete oscillation。OK 啊？所以很快。OK， 来最后一版。So 我们这边呢可以找出它的 velocity of an electron in the cathode ray。OK， 我们要知道，当那个 electron is being escaped out from the what do you call from the hot metal 的时候 ，through what process？ 热，对了，thermionic emission。So 当它出来 thermionic emission 的时候，你一定要 switch on 那个 EHD power supply， 它才可以很快速的 move from the cathode to anode。所以当它在 cathode 那边没有 connected to 那个 EHD power supply 的时候，它是 possess the electrical potential energy。So how to find the potential energy is EV, where E is the charge of the electron and V is the potential difference between the cathode and the anode of the EHD power supply. OK， so 你的 charge 每次这边这个还会给你的。OK， 你在 formula sheet 里面你会找到的 E 是多少？等于1.6 stand for negative 19 coulomb。OK，so from 这边我们知道它因为它本来是 potential energy 嘛，你 switch on 那个 EHD 它就会冲了。所以 which means that 它是 potential energy will be converted into 冲的话是有什么 energy？ 对 kinetic energy。OK， 所以呢就是说因为 what do you call as the principle of conservation of energy？OK， 你的 EHD turns on 的时候 the electrons are attracted by the positively charged anode， 就是说它会冲很快出去。Okay, it will achieve the maximum velocity. 为什么呢？因为它是 vacuum， 所以 no air molecules inside. 所以 from here 我们要怎样找到它的 maximum velocity 呢？因为我们知道 principle of conservation of energy, all the potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy. 它的 value 不会 increase， 也不会 decrease 的。它就是原本有多少的 potential energy， 就会原本全部变成 kinetic energy。所以我们就可以用这个方法 ，potential energy is equals to maximum kinetic energy. To find kinetic energy, it will be half mv squared. 所以这个 v 就是你的 maximum velocity. 所以你找你就找到那个 maximum velocity 了。OK， 可以吗 ？OK， 这个不用，完啦。玩一下。OK。